All right, guys, we're here on a really strange episode of Tim's Garage. We're working on a 79 Yamaha, what is it?
XS400.
XS400 is Laura's bike, Laura's first bike. Oh, and Stevie is the bike.
Yes.
And she's been having some running problems. And one thing we figured out, what was really strange, was we took the bike apart, took the tank off, and it was still running. Like, it had plenty of gas. And I'm like, I don't know why this bike is still running without a tank. And we were looking in the oil, and I pulled out the dipstick, and it was completely runny. And I was like, well, let's change the oil and see what's up. And we just let all of this liquid come out of the bike. And it looks like it's a mixture, straight up mixture of oil and gasoline. Look at that. It doesn't even like stick to my finger. And when I smell it, that's straight up gas. And so the bike is just running on tons of gasoline that was sitting in the oil pan. So we got to figure out why the hell gas is getting into the oil pan, which is allowing the bike to run. And by the way, it's running smoothly, not like the pistons are getting stuck or choking up or anything. So it's got oil too. I don't know. Really weird. I told you to get a new bike, but here we are.
Classic beauty.
Yeah, working on a classic beauty that is just, she might need to be put down, but we'll see what's up. All right, so here's what we know so far. After emptying about, a gallon and a half in there of gasoline oil mixture, we figured out, geez, look at that, that's crazy. We figured out that, and took the carbs out, we figured out that what was happening is that the carbs were backing up fuel, and then past the carbs here, there's actually a, where the boots are that go into the air filters, there's like this T-cross here, and the T-cross has a tube, actually here it is right here, this guy, that points down into the top of the motor, onto this, which goes right here, and the fuel was backing up and going into this bowl here, which we discovered because we poured a little bit more of the fuel in, that it was actually flows right from the top here into the motor. So I don't know. I'm not a mechanic, as you guys know. I just like to dabble. But if anyone could explain to me why they would set this up so fuel backup instead of dripping out of some tube onto the ground would then go into the engine oil. I would love to know why. I would love to know why it does that. But at least we found out what's happening. So we think it's something with the carbs. So we're gonna tinker a little bit with the carbs, check out some forums, and see if we can get this thing working right. All right. Recording? Okay, so what I understand about this is that breather hose isn't designed to take fuel in. Like, fuel's not supposed to go into the motor, obviously. Like, this isn't supposed to happen. But what that is because of this junction here is before the carbs. That is the fuel breather tube for the crankcase. Of course, Santos licking you while dog. And so the way that they have this set up is that they want the filtered air coming out of the air filter to then go down to the crankcase, the filtered air to then go into the carbs to go into the motor. But it just so happens because your carbs are backing up that then the fuel is backing up into this and then going down into the motor. So what I think we need to do is obviously figure out why the carbs aren't working. But what we could do to also hack this is you could, instead of putting this all back together this way, we could actually get a little pod air filter for on the top of this thing. So it's not connected to this at all, or just get another piece of rubber with a pod filter and then figure out a way to block this off so that we just eliminate the need for this. So even if your carbs back up, they'll never back up into the motor again. So that's one way of stopping that. But there is a reason that we're backing up, and we still need to figure out what that is. And so that's going to be tinkering with the carbs. All right, we're doing some carb cleaning.
Woo!
And we're checking to make sure that the floats are working. And a test that we figured out is you put compressed air into the fuel line, turn the carbs upside down, and see if you can get the floats to dance. So let's see if they're gonna dance for us. Ah! It came out. Hold that. There we go. There we go. So we can tell that the floats are working because the air is flowing through freely. And then when they're down, the air is not coming out. So we know the problem's not there. Hopefully just cleaning this out is gonna take care of it. All right, so we took the carbs apart at the top and the bottom where the floats are. We did an air test to compress some air through the tube here, and we got the floats clicking so they're not sticking, so that's good. And then we took some carb cleaner and just cleaned the dickens out of the carbs, so hopefully now it's not going to stick anymore. We're going to pop this back in and see if it's going to be collecting too much gas, and if it is, then back to square one. But one thing we're going to do is we're going to eventually add in a couple of those little barbed nipples on the bottom here to be able to drain out the gas if there's too much, with some tubes that'll drain then to the bottom of the bike. So that will be one of the next plans. And then as far as the crossover tubes go, these go to the actual airbox, and then to finish that block off that we're working on to keep the air from, or the gas from leaking into the actual engine case, we put this stopper on here to actually block off where this tube was going into the top of the engine case where that new little air filter is. But we'll get this all put in and then I'll show you what it looks like. So I've got the little cone filter now on the engine case for the breather. So that's going to eliminate that tube that then is going to go up to the cross connection of the air pipe that goes into the carbs, which will be right here. So now even if the carbs ever back up again, it'll never actually flow down into the motor itself. And there's where the oil goes in. I opened this earlier and it was just full of gasoline. So we'll put in new oil and then the motor should be solid and ready to go. And now no matter what happens, the engine's just gonna breathe out of this cone as opposed to sucking in any gasoline that might be backflowing out of the carbs. So step one is done. All right, so I've got the carbs in and I put the filter back in. It fits just in between the carbs. And then here's that crossover pipe. And then there's a little rubber stopper on the bottom where that tube went from here to there before. Now we'll know that it's never going to fill with gasoline again. Then we're gonna put the rest of the carbs back together. All right, so she's all back together. Laura's bike, Stevie, is ready to roll. Now that we finished cleaning out the carbs and blocking off the tubes that connected, we know that the fuel will never back up back into the crankcase, and back in there is that cool little filter, and then the block off in the T connector is back in here. So that's all good to go. Carbs have been cleaned out and basically rebuilt, so we should be good to go there. Fresh oil, and had fired up once before and it seems to be running great, so I'm not too worried about that liquidy gas mix messing everything up. She had an issue with the rear wheel was sticking and we thought maybe it was the gears, but actually found out once I got it off the ground, I disconnected the chain, that it was the rear brake. So I took the rear brake, the caliper apart, lubed it, greased it, cleaned it, put it back together, and now it seems to be working okay, but we'll keep an eye on that. May need to get rebuilt in the near future, but now everything seems to be ready to go and the gas is flowing. So let's start her up and see what we got. Get the choke pulled out. Okay. Oh yeah. Are you happier? All right. We'll call the Stevie mystery repair done. Yay! All right, Laura, get that bike home. Chicks that ride are dope.